All right, Atlanta's buying, and cats are barking, dogs are meowing. It's we're in fucking bizarro world here. Mike Knuble ended up in Atlanta. I thought there'd be other blockbuster trades. Apparently, that was the only one. We are going to look at what happened at the deadline. Stan Drulia. Old Drew, you know, someone has named their daughter Drulia. If it's a boy, it'll be Drew, but if it's a daughter, it's going to be Drulia. And she has 100,000 followers on TikTok. Like, oh, God. I mean, Drulia's not bad, but again, I don't need you. I don't want you. You're going to make my team better, technically. So let's not do that. What were the other trades that went down, though? Ian Moran over to Dallas. Mark Messier is a Leaf. Mark Messier and a 5th round pick to Toronto for 2/3 and Alexei Ponikarovsky. Mark Messier traded to Toronto. You also had a deal. Boston picking up Andrew Peters. Marcus Ragnarsson involved in that deal. Of course, we picked up Trent Hunter. Ron Sutter, Todd Warner were dealt. Picked up Dmitry Kalinin. I still think we've done pretty well business-wise here. Shane Doan to the Capitals, though. Along with a 3rd for Lyle Odenline and a 2nd. Matthew Barnaby and Bob Bugner to Dallas. Bruins get Zenon Konopka and a 2nd for Don Sweeney, Marty McSorley, and 2 other pieces. Greg Zannon's a Ranger. Alex Burrows deal. Martin St. Louis goes to Florida, but not with the Lightning, with the Florida Panthers. A 2nd and a 3rd to Calgary for Martin St. Louis. This reality is just, this is beautiful. Just how friggin' weird this is going to be. Yaroslav Modry and Craig Johnson to St. Louis. Trent Klatt went to New Jersey. Jonathan Cheechoo in a deal that sends Adam Graves to the Sharks. Jesus Christ. Then the Mike Knuble trade that we knew about. Of course, we traded Willie Mitchell for Pascal Dupuis. Paul Martin ends up in Pittsburgh, as does Mike Comrie. Tremendous. Alex Frog. Gary Galley gets traded at a deadline for the 2nd year in a row. Juha Ullinen on the move. We acquired Renee Bork. John Michael Lyles goes to Tampa. Corey Stillman to Nashville. Marian Cesar, that top AHL player last year. Steve Hines for Steve Ott. Other pieces involved. Apparently the Bruins had Ulf Samuelsson on their team, which would... Shane Corson was dealt as well. A lot of trades. Some big ones as well. I like how active teams are being at the deadline here. Let's get the boys set up for the back half of this season and see just how far down the standings we can go. Luongo right now is showing up at an 84. Defensively, we're going to be a disaster, obviously. We're going to call up a Dahl. That works for me. But again, AHL defense, Campbell, Van Ryn, Gilson, Kaleeson, Jeff Finger even. Like, we have some prospects there working their way up. Right wing side is Dumont, Park, Webb. Jeff Hogan is going to get the call up. Honestly, Ronald Petrovitsky at 24 should probably get the call up too. We'll call him up in favor of Jeff Hogan right now. Hurts the AHL a little bit, but it will get Chris Neal into a better spot. Left wings. Oh my God. Jody Shelley, Yaroslav Bednar. It's probably like Bednar, something like that. Eric Bolton and Matthew Darsh. Of course, Heatley still in the system. And then down the middle, Conley, McDonald, Dopita, Krog, and LaRouche. This team sucks right now, and it's beautiful. It's by design. So in the AHL, it is Heatley, Zetterberg, and Trent Hunter. That's a pretty damn good top line for the AHL. Let's get Jeff Taff out for Berglund. Bring up Peter to the top line. Not worth it. Better to hope that this AHL team destroys worlds for now. And the defense is set up. Goalie-wise, Backstrom and Valakat, not bad. NHL-wise, we'll go best lines for the moment. I mean, Jody Shelley ends up being scratched, but that's not a big deal. Honestly, I do kind of want McDonald to be on the left wing with Connolly and Dumont. At least that top line is okay. So that works for me. Defense is Chara, Robida, Brewer, Biron, Giroux, and Bramanis, which is horrific. Jody Shelley. Oh, okay, for a second it was showing up as half decent, but no, it's bad. I was gonna say, yeah, see, it showed up as a 0 for a second, but then it wasn't. In goal, Luongo and Timmy T. There we go. Let's finish up our second season here on the island. We need to tank. We need to tank. We need the boys to lose a whole lot of games here. It was difficult to do, but we actually did make the team worse on deadline day. Apparently, we just have Calgary's number, though. We beat them twice. Lost everybody else, but we beat them twice. We'll just let Jody Shelley play. I don't give a shit. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, Z. All right, Zdeno Chara out with injured ribs for the moment. Dmitry Kalinin sprains his ankle. We freaking split games with the Bruins. We're winning way too many games, man. There's no way we're going to be able to out-tank the Blues. It's just not going to happen. They're going to be too damn good. Got Dahl on our top line. Jesus. All right, Z is back. Our captain. One, Zdeno Chara. Richard Park breaks his nose. He'll be out for the rest of the season. 30, 36, 5-6. With a few games to go, same amount of games played as the Rangers, we are still 3 points above them. It does not make sense. Oh my God. Let's see where we're at here. We are down into the bottom 6. No shot that we finish worse than the Blues. Nobody will. The Blues are going to have the top odds. The Thrashers bought at the deadline. They are second bottom in the league. So theoretically, dude, the Coyotes are already done at 66 points. Jesus. We'd have to lose every single one of our final 5 games in regulation to not finish ahead of the Coyotes. Fuck. Bottom 5's looking like the best we're going to get here. And even then we said it was a stretch, and it does appear to be that way. Carolina. Not a very good team either. We lost 6-2. Very good. The Devils, a very good team. Brodeur shuts us out. Let's go. The Florida Panthers, who are fighting for a playoff spot. Matthew Biron with an MCL sprain. We lose to the Panthers. My God, New York. Can the Rangers do something, please? Thank you. The Rangers now 1 point ahead of us with 2 games at hand on our side of things. Carolina. Budge. All right. If we lose this last game, we will finish below the Rangers. And it's against the Red Wings. Where are we at? This is as low as we go. It'll be 5th or 6th in the lottery odds. AJ, what's up, man? It'll be 5th or 6th. We have to lose this final game to have top 5 odds. We are still so much better than we should have been. God damn it. Okay. All right. Detroit, we need you here. We need you. We need you. We need to lose this game. AJ, I saw you mention actually the flute last night. First period. Goals for Chara and Dopida. Pat Verbeek. The Red Wings. Second period. Oh my God. Tim Connolly and Stefan Robida again. Kozlov and Yzerman for the Red Wings. Please, Detroit, for the love of God, help me out. Please beat us. Help me out. At least force a tie. Power play for the Islanders. Oh, my sweet Christ. Ronald Petrovitsky just scored. We're going to beat the Red Wings. And we will have the 6th best lottery odds rather than the 5th. All right. We will finish ahead of the New York Rangers thanks to a gargantuan effort from Stefan Robida and Zdeno Chara. I cannot believe we didn't even finish in the bottom 5. That is absolutely wild. 32 wins, 39 losses, 5 ties, 6 overtime losses. Out of our own Atlantic Division, the Flyers, who are also the top team in the Eastern Conference, probably the President's Trophy winners as well, took first place. You also had the Devils and the Penguins making the playoffs as we finished 1 point ahead of this New York Rangers lineup, which is insane. Nedved, Fleury, Graves, the Norris winner from last season, Brian Leetch. They should be ashamed of themselves. We tried to tank and got better. We did, actually, yeah. In the Northeast Division, Ottawa, Buffalo, and Toronto have made the playoffs, with Boston and Montreal missing out. And in the Southeast Division, the Capitals win the division, with the Florida Panthers also making the playoffs. But aside from that, the rest of this division was trash garbage, as the Lightning, Hurricanes, and Thrashers have... how long has the menu been in the game? Oh, the R3 click? A year or two? It's been here for a little bit, yeah. If not longer. It's one of those nice little hidden things that you never really have to look at. But, yeah, it is there. In the Western Conference, Central Division goes to Chicago, with Detroit and Nashville also making the playoffs. Again, the Blues would have finished dead last in the league. Northwest goes to Edmonton, with Colorado also making the playoffs. Raymond Bourque, you got to win it for him. And in the Pacific, it is Anaheim, San Jose, and Los Angeles. All 3 California teams make it, as the Dallas Stars do not. The back-to-back Stanley Cup champions have not made the playoffs. They are done. There will be a new champion this season. So you have Philly winning the President's Trophy, Ottawa, New Jersey, also over 100 points. At the very bottom, it is St. Louis, Atlanta, Carolina, the Phoenix Coyotes, the Rangers, and then yours truly. Our boys, 69 points. Not nice. In terms of the point totals, leading the way, the dynamic duo of J.P. Dumont and Tim Connolly, who had a 34-goal season at 19 years old. You also had Andy McDonald on 45 points, Richard Park on 40. Yeah, Dopida hit 30. Then you see the production from there. Honestly, Steve LaRouche had 12 points in 31 games. That's pretty good. Petrovitsky, 12 and 19. Obviously, we had quite a few enforcers in the lineup as well. Defensively, 40 points for Zdeno Chara. Eric Brewer on 35. Robida on 29. And then nobody else we really care about there. No disrespect, boys. Except for Matthew Biron, who I didn't notice got called up and played. But it is what it is. And then in goal, Luongo started all but 2 games, of course. Had a .902 for the 2nd year in a row with 2 shutouts. Tim Thomas played really, really well in the games that he played. Around the league, top point getter, Teemu Selanne, 120, with 75 goals for Jaromir Jagr not being enough. You also had Doug Weight up there in Edmonton, Mark Recchi, and Joe Sakic rounding out the top 5, but also over 100 points. Lindros, Tony Amani, John LeClaire, Paul Correa, Matt Sundin, Alexei Yashin. I hate that. Your 100-point getters. Top goal scorer, Yager, of course. We also had Amani and Sakic over 60 and over 50. Pavel Bure, Teemu Selanne, and Eric Lindros. Shout out to Jason Arnott and Sergei Berezin, who are up there. Iggy as well. In terms of defense, Brian Leach, 83 points. Might have won another Norris. Phil Housley could have a claim to it. You also had Rob Blake, Freddie Olesen, and Raymond Bork. In terms of top goal scorers, Bork and McInnes with 27 each. Fair enough. For the goaltenders, the winningest, Patrick Lalime, 43 wins. The shutout leader was Richter with 8. Dude, you finished worse than us in the standings, but your starter had 8 shutouts. What the fuck? Top save percentage for a starter looks to be a 920 for Martin Brodeur. Shout out to Kevin Weeks, by the way. We said we wanted him to go to a good team. He was on the President's Trophy winning team as their starter. So we did Kevin Weeks a big, big favor there. Check for goalie goals again. Again, Trevor Kidd scored one last year. No goalie goals this year. 5 points for Tommy Salo, leading the way. Rookie of the Year is very likely the first overall pick, Marian Gaborik in Atlanta. Credit to Andy McDonald, but that -18 would kill him. Alexei Morozov was there. Richard Park and Justin Williams was tied with Shane Willis and Henrik Sedin on 35 points. Not exactly an insane season for the Sedins. Rookie goalies, by the way. Kevin Weeks counted as a rookie goalie. Okay. Fair enough. And then for shits and giggles, the penalty minute leader, Ian LePerriere, 222. How many fights? I'm going to say like 32. 35. Christ. The AHL as well is something I want to check. Obviously, I can do it from the other screen, but this takes just about as long. Chicago Wolves have made the playoffs again, which is good. I checked goalie goals, Dimma. It's not my fault you don't pay attention. So, for the boys this season, Henrik Zetterberg, 67 points in 79 games. He was over a point per game once he joined our team for the back 41 that he played. You also had Piernez up there, Sim, Dupuis. Big story, Danny Heatley, 33 points in 41 games, 18 goals. Not bad, not incredible. Not bad, but not incredible. Very good points percentage, but yeah. Defensively, Brian Campbell, 52 points. Not bad. You also had Jeff Gilson, Mike Van Ryn up there. And then goalie-wise, Backstrom played a lot of games. Well, why wouldn't he? Let's see, throughout the league. Jean-Guy Trudel led the league in scoring. Way to go, Jean-Guy. You said Sean Podine. Yes, that's pronounced Sean. Shajon Podine. Bob Basson. Shout out to Young Comic Sans for the follow, by the way. Appreciate it. Welcome in. I know you've been here for a little bit, but welcome to this goofy nonsense. This is what we do. Goofy nonsense. Tyler Arneson was also up there, and Randy Robitaille. And shout out, it's Sean. I'm telling you, it's Sean Podine. And also, one of my favorite names of all time, because it sounds like a Street Fighter reference, Harold Druken. You have to say it like that. It's not, oh yeah, Harold Druken. No, it's fucking Harold Druken. You got to really put some emphasis into it. In terms of top goal scorer, by the way, 48 for Tyler Arneson. Not bad. For defensive scoring in the AHL, Marek Zidlichky was up there for the Worcester Ice Cats. You also had Mark Streit of the Detroit Vipers. Dan Kexmer. I never knew where that alert came from until you started this run. This is Chris O'Sullivan, Barry Richter, Gerald Diddick. And again, you can't tell me Diddick doesn't look like a Pokemon. It was Gen 4. It was a fucking evolution of Psyduck. Diddick. God damn it. And then for the goalies, the winningest, Jimmy Waite. Or is it White? Who's to say? Nick Backstrom was up there too, but that's also because he played a shitload of games. So there you go. We'll obviously see the award winners at the end. For now, we focus on our boys again, the Chicago Wolves, who again, last season, were reverse swept in the first round. This time out, they get to play the Michigan K-Wings. So we'll see if they can have better luck here. We'll go best lines in the AHL for the boys to have the best team that they possibly can. We'll take out Jeff Taft for Berglund. And then defensively, there's nobody to replace, which is very good. Let's see if the boys in Chicago can do well. Heater, Zetterberg, we're rooting for you. So again, they take on Michigan. They lose game number 1. Shutout win in game 2. Shutout win in game 3. Mike Van Ryn leading the way. Richard Park's healthy, but the season's over. 4-1 win in game 4. Up 3-1. Oh boy. Game 6. They're going 7. Again. Again. They are going 7. Please. I can't. Whatever. I'll solicit it. Please don't lose. Please don't lose. Not 2 years in a row in the first round when we've been as strong as we have been. 1-1 Belanger and Pirnes shorthanded. Same infraction there as well. Second period. 2-2. Nico Kapanen and Wright. We go to the third. Belanger scores again. 3-2 Michigan. We're going to blow a 3-1 lead after blowing a 3-0 lead last year. Are you kidding me? For the love of God, boys, please. Boys, please. You cannot blow a 3-1 lead like this. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Their best fucking player is Christopher Kalanos. Calgary Flames legend. Please don't lose this. The Chicago Maple Leafs. And you thought the modern day Chicago Wolves were in disarray. You haven't seen shit. All right. Here we go. Dmitry Kalinin. Where's he gonna go? Dmitry, we don't have time for this, bud. Dmitry, pass the puck. Thank you. Mike Van Ryn over to Trent Hunter. Hunter, Heatley.
Here we go, Bo.
You could not ask for a better chance than that for Danny Heatley. And Rick Tabarachi makes the save.
Team's getting set for a face-off, and it looks like the
56 seconds. Zetterberg on the draw. Wins it. Van Ryn. It's blocked. Shot. Glove save. Tabarachi. Oh boy. We're running out of time, fellas. We're running out of time. Here we go. Face-off 1. Kalinin to Hunter. Hunter can't get the shot off. Full pressure. Sloan takes it away. Good hit there. Heatley for Kalinin. Kalinin to Zetterberg. Henrik Zetterberg shoveled one wide. Brad May. Oh my God, boys, please get the puck. We're running out of time. Boys. Letang, not Christopher, obviously. Kalinin has the puck. We're sending our boy to the bench. Nope, go back. Kalinin, delayed call. Danny Heatley. Zetterberg. Neal. Oh, here we go. Aaron Gavi. The box. Just ran him over. Are we going to blow a 3-1 lead 1 year after blowing a 3-0 lead in the playoffs? Zetterberg loses the draw. Bob Boughner can't clear. Ian Moran can. And the Michigan K-Wings win.
A very business-like approach to the squad's mindset tonight, Cheryl, and as a result, they come away with the win and they're moving on.
A 3-0 series lead last year and now a 3-1 this year. Our AHL team cannot get out of the first round. That is horrific.
Well, on behalf of Cheryl Pounder, my broadcast partner,
The Chicago Wolves go home. You could argue stay home, as it's another massive, massive disappointment for our AHL club. Jesus. Our two top scorers were defensemen, at least in terms of point getters, Brian Campbell and Mike Van Ryn. Leading the way for forwards, John Sim, Esa Pirnes, and Henrik Zetterberg. What was the goaltending like? Not bad, but not great. 2 shutouts. Still lost the series. Well, at least we don't have to get our hopes up in regards to the AHL. That season is over. 2 brutal losses in the playoffs again. You hate to see it. The Detroit Red Wings are Stanley Cup champions in 2001. And the K-Wings, not their affiliated team, the K-Wings go all the way to the Calder Cup and win it. What a year for Wings teams in Michigan. Christ. The Detroit Red Wings back on top of the mountain. You think Brad Isbister and Ole Jokinen are happy? Because they just won a Stanley Cup.